Wow. Hi guys. I'm here this evening. It's a bit late, but I've just finished my day and I thought I would up on because I haven't up on in a while. So I thought I need to up on tonight and say hi to you guys. And I've got a little topic here that I'd like to discuss with you. So if you're here, just click the hearts and let me know. Just show me some love. Just show me some love that you're here. All right? Okay. So what I want to discuss tonight is 5 bad habits that could actually break your relationship up completely. Just break it apart. Bad habits that can break your relationship. Hiya, how are you, Dave? You all right? All right. So what I want to discuss, as I was saying, is that 5 bad habits that can break your relationship up. And I think before I get into it, maybe I should sort of define what habit is. I am sure we all understand it, but just to make sure we're on the same page, let me just define it. And here I've got it, and it says it's a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that's hard to break. So a habit is something that you've settled in, you're settled in your ways. It is a regular thing you do, and it's hard for you to give it up. It's hard for you to break, right? So now that we understand what a habit is, then now let's look at the bad habits that I'm talking about. All right. In terms of, we all have relationships. And when I'm talking about relationships here, I'm talking about intimate relationships, right? So if you've got a memory of a good memory, a happy memory in a relationship, just give me the love heart. So just show me if you can think of one good thing about your relationship, whether the one now or one in the past, and it's a memory that you really enjoy, just give me a heart. Just give me the heart to say, yes, you've experienced something good within your relationship. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. So we all got good memories. And these are the memories that we need to cherish. And these are the memories that we need to recreate all the time. And we can't do that with bad habits, can we? We certainly can't, right? So the first bad habit which I've got is making your fights public, right? We all have tiffs, we all argue, we all disagree. It's about doing that respectfully. So if you choose to argue with your partner in public, not only is it embarrassing for you, but it's embarrassing for your partner as well. And that sort of behavior can be quite repulsive to your partner, who is then thinking, what kind of childish behavior is this? Why am I with this childish person? So the first habit is not to make your fights public. And I'm not talking about physical fights here, because we shouldn't be doing that. But I'm talking about tiffs. I'm talking about disagreeing with your partner about something. We're all different personalities and different persons, and we own, we might be in a partnership, but we have our own say and we've got our own views on things. So we will disagree at times, all right? So that's the first thing. The second habit which I've got here is always criticizing your partner's friends and family. And yes, guys, I know that the friends and family can be quite annoying and frustrating. Hi, Grace. How are you doing, sweetie? Yes, I'm here. I'm saying, do not always criticize your partner's friends and families, because yes, they can be frustrating. Yes, they can get on your last nerve. But each time you're being critical to your about your partner's loved ones, it's like a personal attack on them, because it's their loved ones. So it feels like you're having a go at them as well. So if you could reduce that, that's one habit to get rid of. I'm not saying you shouldn't have healthy discussions about things that you're not happy with about family members or friends. However, make sure you're not being critical, and always, and don't make it constant. Say what you've got to say, share your opinions or your emotions about certain things, and let it go. And let it go. Nobody likes to hear negative things about their loved ones all the time, right? So far, the first one I had was not making your fights public. Then now the number 2 is not criticizing friends and family all the time. And the third one, which I've got, is holding grudges. Many of us, we're guilty of holding grudges. You know, we're not happy about something and we go on and we hold a grudge. You know what? We all make mistakes and we're not perfect, and we're definitely not perfect. So if someone does something and they apologize for it, that's the whole purpose of an apology. If they apologize for it, it should be forgiven and the grudge should go. Because a grudge only serves the purpose of ruining your relationship. And we don't want that now, do we? We want those happy memories that you had, which I talked about earlier, right? That's what we want. And we can't achieve those if we're angry and mad and holding grudges all the time. We can't. So let go of the grudges. Do not hold grudges. Discuss it healthily, respectfully, and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Right? I can't sing to save my life, but you get the point, right? Am I making myself clear, guys? Yes? Give me the like button if you're all getting the gist of what I'm saying and I'm making myself clear. So just to recap a little bit there, I'm talking about 5 bad habits that can break up your relationship. And we looked at what habits are, and we talked about the first one, which is not making your fight public. The second, which is not constantly criticizing your partner's friends and family. And the third one, which is holding grudges. Do not hold grudges. Yeah, am I guilty of that? Nah. Me? Nah. All right, and number 4, the fourth one, which I want to talk about, is invading your partner's privacy. And guys, let me hold back for this one because this is a big one. Many of us is guilty of this one. Not me though. Is very much guilty of invading your partner's privacy. But guys, each person is entitled to their privacy. And if you choose to invade your partner's privacy and then your partner then interprets that as you being disrespectful, they're within their rights to feel like you're being disrespectful because you've invaded their privacy. If for any reason you feel like there's something going on that you need to find out, then that's the issue. The issue is not you going into the person's possibly phone and email and stuff. If you're having a feeling that you feel the need to do that, then that's what the issue is. That's what you need to sort out before you even try and find anything. Because the fact that you're having a mistrust issue going on, that's already a problem in its own right, right? And if you then did invade your partner's privacy, then all you're doing is letting your partner build up a distrust for you because you've invaded the privacy. They don't trust you anymore. And they're within their rights to do that, right? So we should not invade our partner's privacy, right? If we feel the need that there's something going on that we need some clarity on, a healthy discussion should be what is taking place. And if you can't trust your partner that they will be honest and tell you the truth about what is it you need clarifications about, then that is your issue. That's an issue in itself. Yes? All right, give me some thumbs up if I'm making sense here. If making sense. Am I making myself clear? Give me some thumbs up, right? So we're number 4. Hi, Nina Simone. Thank you for joining me, sweetie. All right. And the 5th and final habit, which I think is a big one too, is letting yourself go, right? You get married or you're in a partnership, you're in a relationship and you're contented and you let yourself go. That's a bad habit we should not be guilty of. Do I look like I'm letting myself go? Yes, I'm not going to let myself go because sometimes, yes, I'm saying you're in a relationship, you do get comfortable. We're a human being. We get comfortable. We get relaxed in the relationship. And that is okay. What we should not be doing is letting ourselves go. Not looking nice for a partner. You know, every once in a while, dress up, make a little bit of spark, you know. Don't let yourself go. Ladies, men, you know exactly. I don't need to go into details about it. You know exactly what letting yourself go incorporates for you. And nobody's saying that you should be walking around every day in clothes that you can't breathe and face full of makeup and all of that. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying take pride in your appearance, right? And it's something extra once in a while. Yeah, I know I'm being cheeky. But yes, these are the things. And that cheeky side of me is what keeps my relationship going. You've got to be spontaneous. You can't let yourself go. Should not let yourself go. Right? Hygiene, top mark for that one. Cannot allow to let anything slip aside. Oh yes, Simone, men too. When I'm talking about partners here, I'm not being one-sided. I'm not just referring to the woman. This goes for male and female, and obviously the letting go might vary depending on whether you're male or female. But it's about your appearance. It's about taking pride. It's about looking good. You know, your partner should be able to say, "That's my partner," and say that with pride, and be proud to be presenting you. And they can only do that if you represent yourself. So represent yourself and represent yourself well. Do not let yourself go. All right, so I'm going to recap my 5 bad habits that can lead to a relationship breakup. And the first one I've got is not make your fight publics. Please, guys, wait until you get home. Wait until you get to a place where it's private, just between both of you. It's between both of you, right? The second one is always criticizing friends and family. Do not do that. If there's an issue, find an appropriate time and discuss it like adults do. Do not constantly talk about his mother, his sister, his cousin, his best friend from high school, her best friend from high school, her mother. No, these are their loved ones we're talking about. And nobody likes to constantly hear negative things about the people they love. Right? The third is holding grudges, and if we're guilty of that, we need to stop. We need to be mature, discuss how we're feeling, deal with our emotions accordingly, and let it go. Let it go. Okay? And number 4 is invading their privacy. We all have the right to our privacy. What we need to work on is our trust in a relationship, that no one has to be invading anybody. Right? Okay. Hi, Nadisha, sweetie, thank you. And number 5 is letting yourself go. Do not get too comfortable in your relationship to the point where you're letting yourself go. What we say, drop off shape, right? So these 5 points, and I'm sure, guys, if you're hearing me and you understand exactly what I'm talking about, drop in the comments. One bad habit. I haven't mentioned all of them. Obviously, this is not exhaustive. I'm only giving you 5. But there are many, I'm stressing many here, many more bad habits that could lead to your relationship being broken up. So if you could just drop that in comments for me, so myself and others can see, because some of these are simple things that we do every day and we take them for granted. So if you can think of one that I haven't mentioned, just drop it in the comments for me. All right? Nadisha, if you can think of a habit that someone may have that could break up their relationship that I haven't mentioned, just drop it in the comments for me, guys. Right? All right. Let me see. Okay. So I think, so guys, in relationships, we want to have those happy memories, which I spoke about at the beginning. Your relationship you should look at it and start, just good butterflies. But we can't do that when we're doing the bad things and the bad habits. Oh, yes, I'm on social media, right? Yes. And I guess that's a part of it as well, making your relationship too public, having the fights in public. You have an argument, you mention it on Facebook, Twitter, and everybody knows you're in an argument. Do not make it public. Grace, you're saying taking your frustration. Yes, do not take your frustration out on your partner. Deal with your emotions accordingly and maturely, right? Because if you're going to go into a partnership, you're supposed to be mature about it. And if you can't resolve your emotions within yourself, then how can you then work cohesively as a team? We need to be able to manage our own emotions, then come together, and we can work together as a team, right? So guys, think about the things that we do and take for granted, because habits are things that we've been doing for years, you know, from when we were single, and we still continue them. We continue them in the relationship. We continue them in the relationships, and these are bad habits, which is not only frustrating, annoying or a partner, but they can break your relationship up. And the relationship might be good in other ways, and the relationship may have potential, but these bad habits can really not make the relationship last. Use soft. Yes, Simone. Absolutely, it's about being tactful, and it's about being respectful. And I have this. There's this technique. It's called sandwich. That when you want to discuss something which is maybe a difficult topic or sensitive issue, you start off with a positive. So you compliment your partner about something that you're happy with. Then you talk about the thing which you're not so happy with, and then you conclude with what you're happy with. Right? So the 3 stages of that is positive, constructive, and positive. So I'm sure within your relationship, you must be able to find something that you'd like to tell your partner how great they are about, how good they do in this area or this bit, or how happy you are with that bit. Then you talk about what you're not so happy with. Then you pat them on the shoulder with, but you're good at. And you conclude, right? So yes, guys. Yeah. All right. So anybody on the replay, just go ahead and drop the comments of the things that you think. We've gotten a few here, which is quite nice. Thank you guys for being active and participating. And hopefully I've made myself clear in those 5 points of things that you can reflect on and, you know, take forward in your relationship that you will not be doing. And you will also be reflecting on any other habits that you may consciously or unconsciously not recognize are bad habits, but weed them out. Weed them out. We want the good memories. We want the good memories. Oh, being ungrateful and taking them for granted. That's a very common one. We get complacent, isn't it, Nadisha? We get so complacent in the relationship that we don't say even thank you anymore. We don't say please anymore. We don't say may I. You know, we don't do these things. Or we're not giving of ourselves because we're so comfortable and we're so ungrateful in taking everything for granted, and this sense of, ooh, you know, you ought to be doing it anyway. You know, you ought to be doing it anyway, so I don't need to thank you and be grateful for it because it's what you're meant to be doing anyway. You know, you're supposed to be paying the bills anyway. You're supposed to be washing and cooking and cleaning anyway. So I'm not going to say thank you. Yeah? So guys, just let's finish on a positive note. If you can think of one positive thing again that you've experienced during a relationship, whether this is a relationship now or a relationship you've had then, please give me the hearts. Come. Press those buttons, heart, 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 heart. If you can think of a positive experience, a positive memory that you have, just give me those hearts before I go. Give me some love. Having a sense of, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, Nadisha. Sense of entitlement, and it just couldn't come to the top of my head. That's it. That entitlement mentality. Oh my word, it is so unattractive. It is so unattractive. Thank you. There goes my heart. There goes my heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to conclude here and I'm going to recap. So do not make your fight public. Do not always criticize friends and family. Do not hold grudges. Do not invade your partner's privacy. And do not let yourself go. Right, guys? I think this is it for me for tonight. And thank you all for joining me, and I'll be checking in with you guys soon again. Mwah! Lots of love from Lord, yeah? And guys, please go ahead and click my button on my business page. Go follow me. I've got meaty material and good stuff over there for you guys, right? And you can always email me on the business page, right? Thank you guys. Mwah. Bye. Bye, Grace. Bye-bye.